everyone! Welcome to another episode of Miss Kupido with yours truly, Miss Kupido. If you're new here, Miss Kupido is a show that generally caters to people who are encountering issues with love and relationships. So today we have 5 special guests who are calling to seek help with their dating problems. Without further ado, let's call on our first guest, Miss Eryka Alarma, calling about the date to marry mindset. Good morning, Miss Eryka.
Hi, Miss Kupido. I am very happy to be a part of your show. Thank you so much for having me. I've been a very big fan of yours ever since. So, as someone very young, I just turned 18 last August. I constantly look for someone who shares my key life values because I believe that similarity is the key asset to a long-term relationship, health, and well-being. And I want to seek counsel from you with regard to this matter, as it seems like the traditional paradigm of dating to marry during today's contemporary has now become infrequent or less recognized by today's society.
I see. So, one of the most prevalent motives individuals decide to date is to find a life partner regardless of their age or stage of life. With your statement, you probably have a different set of criteria than someone who is looking for companionship. When you're dating and pondering about marriage, a good introspective look will only help. Will you ever be flawless? No, but that is not the intention. The goal is to calculate the cost of marriage and ensure that you understand the significance of the covenant. Of course, when you're in Christ, there's plenty of grace. You will never be fully prepared for marriage no matter how many how-tos or tips you read, but you can always calculate the cost. If you're dating with the intention of finding the one, it is important to accept that it will most likely take time and a few strikeouts. It is natural that the majority of people you meet will not be supportive of you, and it is vital that you surround yourself with honest, godly advice when dating. Godly advisors will have your best interests in mind as God intended. Then pay attention. If you're in a relationship and everyone around you, like pastors, mentors, friends, and family is raising red flags, it's time to pay attention. What do they see that you don't? Proverbs chapter 12 verse 15 and Proverbs chapter 11 verse 18. In real life, every love story is unique and different, but the end result should be happy and fulfilling. By integrating a healthy mindset into your dating structure as you seek out potential partners, you can work to narrow down the very special qualities that will make your future spouse the right person and even the soulmate for you.
Hello, Miss Kupido. I am Paulene, and I am just wondering if you think that I am ready for dating. I am 18 years old, in college, and I feel and kind of want na rin to meet new people. And I cannot deny the fact that yung mga nagde-date sa social media kind of makes me jealous and pressured na rin.
Okay, to make you understand better, let us first know what is dating. This can be best done through the lens of the will of God, which is affirmed by the Holy Scripture stating that man and woman are created for one another. Committed dating is like a trial stage as you test whether the person you are committed to is in perfect combination with you. The one that you will be able to stay with through thick and thin, and the one you can confidently say that he will choose to love you every day. Remember that the goal of dating is to find someone to have a lifetime relationship with, and according to Familiaris Concertio, God's plan for marriage involves total self-giving of man and woman to each other. So with that, for me, you can say that you're ready to date if you already have mental and spiritual maturity. You must be mentally mature because otherwise, you might not be able to give the love and support your partner deserves while still pursuing your own personal needs outside the relationship. And if you're not yet matured and prepared, you can be an easy target for manipulation and different kinds of abuse. Likewise, spiritual maturity is essential because you do not only need guidance and blessing from God, but the Catholic teachings will help you know your limitations. For instance, chastity must be protected until marriage. Premarital sex is considered a sin by the church even if you use contraceptives. In Humanae Vitae, Pope Paul VI stated that the use of contraceptive measures compromises the procreative end of sexual intercourse. Hence, the prevalence of contraceptives is a sign of moral degeneration. So, these are my advice for you, Pauline. I hope I helped you assess yourself.
Hi, Miss Kupido. I'm Gia, and I'm relatively new in the dating field. I would go on and meet people that my friends set me up with, and there was this guy whom I immediately liked for his manners, and we also share the same beliefs when it comes to a lot of things, especially in dating, as we are both not fan of casual relationships. We clicked during the first date and decided to go on more dates, so we're spending a lot of time together. I totally want this to work out because I feel like we are a perfect match. But since I'm new to this, I'm not entirely sure how to act or what to expect. And I'm scared that he would find me weird or inexperienced.
Well, there's really no specific rules or guidelines to follow in dating according to our church. But in a Catholic understanding, dating is the first action in a lifetime relationship that one should cherish. So you should keep in mind the teachings of the church and apply it to your situation. But to help you as well, in dating, both of you must establish the intention of your relationship. You entering a relationship signifies a mutual decision of where the relationship will end up. If you agree on certain things, then this stage is perfect for getting to know more information about each other. You should set a goal and discover different aspects of the relationship. Second, respect each other just like how you should respect yourself. Build the intimacy of your relationship by communication and opening up to each other. Refrain from doing something that your partner won't like. Instead, focus your attention solely on your partner. Open communication is very important. It will help you to have a healthy relationship that will be useful when you guys end up in marriage. If they did something that offended you, call them out so they can work on themselves. Respect each other and the boundaries that you have set, especially when it comes to chastity. Dating should be light and fun, so enjoy it yourselves. Be in the moment and enjoy the start of a young relationship. Dating should not feel like an obligation. Commit to it because you want to show your appreciation to someone, and you do it because you like to be of service and not because you feel obligated and imprisoned for something you don't genuinely want. Lastly, don't forget to trust God in the process. Successful relationships happen because people center God in their relationships. Trust God that whatever it is that you have right now is for your own sake, and God has more plans for you.
Hi, Miss Kupido. I'm Fiona. I've been with my boyfriend for a year already, and everything is going great except for one aspect. He is very communicative with his needs and his emotions, but I tend to struggle with communicating what my needs and how I'm feeling. This is due to my past experience with my previous relationship, where my feelings and me trying to communicate with my previous partner was often dismissed. I do try my best to tell my current boyfriend how I'm feeling so that our relationship would not suffer. So let me ask you this, Miss Kupido. How can I work on my communication with my boyfriend, and why is communication so important in a relationship, Miss Kupido?
Well, for starters, through communication, you and your partner can state each other's intentions in the relationship. Do you plan on getting married, or is this relationship simply casual? Additionally, through communication, you can establish your boundaries with one another. Being able to tell your partner about your boundaries will help you prevent yourself from committing sins and avoid being forced into doing uncomfortable things by your partner. This is also a great way for you and your partner to get to know each other more. Communication is a two-way process. You talk and you listen. You do not have to commit sex in order for your partner and you to be intimate with each other. Through your words and thoughts, this will allow for you and your partner to grow and learn from each other, and that is a great way to be intimate with each other. Remember that through communication, you are setting up a safe space for you in your relationship. This will allow for you to talk to your partner on how you want to be treated. As Matthew chapter 7 verse 12 states, "So in everything you do to others what you would have done them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets."
What's up, Miss Kupido? My name is Samuel and I have a jowa. We've been dating for 4 years now and we first met in BGC. A while ago, she seemed like pretty VV. I took her to Starbucks kasi na bad vibes siya, and it turns out she was upset because we've been dating for so long but I haven't proposed to her yet, and she thought I would propose to her this year. It seems like a pretty big commitment, eh? I heard in from mommy that I have a lot to take care of if I want to get married. So I'm here to ask, do you think it's a good time for me to get married right now kasi I'm not G?
Hi again, Samuel. Engagement is a pretty big and serious topic. Once you're engaged, you're expected to get to know your partner better than ever before. This is the stage in which you will indeed be carrying more responsibilities and you'll be carrying these burdens together. When you're engaged, you'll really have to think about your future. You have to be very careful once you're engaged to make sure that your relationship doesn't cause you shame or regret. If you do end up getting engaged to your girlfriend, here's some advice I can give you. Plan on how you'll handle your family and your future children. There are many things about your future that you will need to plan out. For example, your housing and your future children. Your plans need to be long-term as you will be spending the rest of your life with your partner. Make sure to discuss all of this with her and come to an agreement. Get to know each other's views. You may not agree all the time, but during engagement, you have to get to know your partner better than ever before. Here, you should learn how to communicate better and resolve common issues. You will need to be open-minded and mature with each other. Know more about her family probably, and have influenced her life greatly. If you're engaged, you have to do more than just to know them. It's a good time to form good friendships with them, more than just acquaintances. No need to rush. Treating each other and your relationship with care and patience will benefit you more in the long run. Take your time to do all of the tips I mentioned earlier. Alright, it fills my heart to have helped people love and enter relationships wisely with the guidance of the Bible, God, and the Catholic Church. So that wraps up today's episode of Miss Kupido, and remember to never hesitate calling when experiencing dating problems. This has been Miss Kupido, and I'll see you around.